Yeah.
Is it something then that other foster carers you'd recommend them to try parent a child, or what would your thoughts if anyone is considering it?
I really like it because we just like people. You know, we like all sorts, and we've had all sorts living with us. I think if you're a carer that just wants to work with a child and you just love the children coming in, I mean, we love the kids as well. But if you just want to work with kids, it's probably not the best thing. But if you just love people and you want to, and you think, do you know, I could probably help a family, and thinking beyond those things, and I'd like to support perhaps a parent who's struggling, and I'm going to help give them a leg up, and I'm going to do everything I can to keep a family together, then I would say, yeah, you'd really enjoy it. It's not easy, I don't think, and you know, and it has changed a little over the years,
yeah.
But yeah, I would.
Yeah, I do think you probably also need to be very honest with yourself. I know, and we've often talked about it, but I know when I came into fostering, and to me, the long term still frightens me, and commitment still frightens me. And actually, we've most of our placements has been seen as short term, so that can be anything up to 2 years. But you feel like with a parent, you know it's not long term, but also you're given a chance to break a cycle, which actually it will be long term if it works out for the child and if it works out for the parent. So it's knowing what you feel and what you feel up to coping with, really. So I would always encourage people to try it.
I think as well, to be honest with yourself, because you are sharing your home, your bathrooms, your kitchen, do you know what I mean? It's one thing doing that with the child, you've got some control over that, but actually doing that with another adult or 2 adults and 3 kids. I mean, sometimes we've had, you know, loads of people in, and you just think, oh, my house isn't my house anymore. There's mess everywhere. You know, you can put boundaries in place and things, but you want them to feel at home. So there's got to be some compromise. You've got to have a sense of humour, else you'd drive yourself crazy. But then you've got to just think, like, it's only a short time, you know, and you've got to be able to live with some of those things. And I know some carers just couldn't do that. But if you think, no, I could, then I would say go for it. I think it's very rewarding. Yeah.
And there's no harm in trying.
Yeah.
I think with any of fostering, I think people need to be sometimes willing to try. You don't always know until you try something. And we've had children, and you say, oh, try eating this piece of broccoli. Oh, no, I don't like it. But then they can eat it and think, actually, it's not that bad. Oh, actually, I like it. So I think people need to be willing to try, because it's not rocket science. There is a certain amount of skills involved, but it's just like being a parent. You learn these skills as you go along, and there's people around to help you learn these skills. So I think sometimes, people need to be willing to have a try if they've got the desire. So it's about having that desire, really.
Yeah, and it's also being aware that some of the adults that come into your house with the babies have had a very traumatic past as well, and the parents need a little bit of TLC. So you, in some senses, you can be parenting
too.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is probably a healthy response, because they need that in order to then parent their children. So yeah, it's a fascinating area of fostering, and we absolutely love it. That's not to say we haven't had families that have been really difficult and hard work, but I would encourage anyone to have a go, or to talk more to someone who's done it, and to be really honest with themselves about how it works.